Yo, hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I want to talk about my final thoughts about the Ninja Turtle event, because probably in a week or two, maybe a month, we are not allowed to talk about the Ninja Turtles anymore, because they are exclusive, and then we will get a lot of hate comments and all of that. So I want to give you my final thoughts about the goods and the bads, that were what I think was good and was what was not so good. First of all, the whole collaboration was kind of nice. I like the Ninja Turtles. Not too crazy. It's not like I'm a big fan, but I always liked them. They're kind of cool and stuff. So the champions have been really nice, and nobody, I wanted to type in turtle, and nobody thought about that they ever gonna bring that. Let me put just one in there. So what I really liked about it was, first of all, they do function really well together, and it is fun to play them around. It was something new, never seen before, such interaction and all of that. And the best part, what I thought, was that they all have been guaranteed. And for the future, I would actually like to see that more often, that they bring the whole... Okay, there was just not Shredder guaranteed. I don't know why he wasn't, but I like it in general that they put so many guaranteed in there that we can get. So if we know that for the future, we can just save up and we know, hey, big collaboration, and we can get them all. That is actually more generous than other mobile games. Usually they have also collaborations, but then there's just one or two champions out of them. For the rest, you gotta pool and you gotta be lucky. So that was really cool, and I really liked it. Relics, I really also like. There are some of them, they're really kind of nice to use. Of course, then it depends if you got one, if you didn't. I didn't actually get, I think, a mythical out of it, but I got some other juicy ones out of it. So, of course, I like them when I get them, but if you don't get them, you don't like them too much. Even I didn't get one right now. But yeah, I think there will be a rework of them later on. Like they already said that the cat's case will come back. So I kind of have a feeling that they also will come back. And now let's talk about something that I didn't like too much. And I think you can agree. The stupid waiting time. We have been so long waiting that a event appears in that event tab, that we finally can get our Leonardo. That's kind of what we wanted, and I kind of can understand why they put it so far back on the date, that you kind of get a little bit more hyped about it. And also, they wanna drain your resources on the way, put something in front of you that you might wanna get your hands on. And yeah, I kind of can understand it, but I didn't like it that we had no information when it's gonna happen, kind of the requirements and all of that. So I think you can agree. The other thing was actually the event dungeon. It wasn't really the greatest. The gear, I rather would have pinpoint again and just farm that one instead of the new set. The set is kind of underwhelming. It's kind of okay still, and sometimes it has his use cases. Yeah, of course, you can make that argument, but overall the gear wasn't, and I didn't even do stage 1 of it. I was not interested in the gear at all. And for the gear and what it did, the dungeon was a little bit too hard to frequently farm stage 30 with the best chances to get the best pieces and all of that. So it wasn't really worth. And now also I want to quickly talk about in general the whole event. It didn't feel like too crazy. That was just an event dungeon for us, plus some events that happen in here that gives you some extra. Of course, this time champions, some relic materials and all of that, but it just didn't feel something else. It was just the same old thing that I also do every time when I do a fusion, because there are also Titan events and Deck of Fates and stuff coupled with the soul and everything. So it did not feel any different than it ever was before. And also, now, some people will hate me now, because there is a threshold for the turtles. I won't talk about Shredder and April. April was kind of bugged so often that we don't actually know her whole potential. And also, like, Shredder is just underwhelming. So the 4 turtles together, they clear the whole game. Nice, right? Actually nice. But I think there's a threshold. If you are before Marius, the turtles are probably insane until you get Marius really overpowered with his soul, with his everything. And then to that point, you can use the turtles everywhere you want. To be honest, you can make up a team. That is no problem. But the reality is that even the team is not even in here anymore. But if we had the 4 turtles in here and they do it in about 1 minute 30 or something, maybe faster, maybe a little bit. But the reality is that other teams perform better. There are other teams where you have, for example, your Marius, and you do solo dragon by himself faster than a whole squad. And for example, that's what I mean. That's why when you have Marius not, then you probably have a good time to just get towards him. Afterwards, if you pumped him up, you can do other teams where in my opinion, from the whole squad, Donatello, okay, he's not, I don't know why he's not there. But yeah, Donatello will probably the best because you can reset. Also for like Hydra and stuff. There are just better teams out there. The turtles are amazing. They feel fun. They feel exclusive. But are they the best game, the best team in the game? No, you gotta bring four team members. Probably it's for you better to just screw 1 or 2 of them in a team and just use Leonardo, Mikage or something. But even for that case, if you use Leonardo and Mikage in here, then you could also make Leonardo and Mikage and Ninja work. That also performs really well. That's kind of the point where I'm like a little bit disappointed on my own account because I'm just a really good player in this game. I have a lot of stuff, so it doesn't really mean a lot to me personally. But yeah, if you are not having Marius, you get towards him. If you don't have the most pumped up Marius in this world, then you have a great time about the Leonardo. But later on, you probably have another team where you just put them out, do another team. I don't know, Fire Knight 10, Mikage, Phoenix team, because you pumped up your stats. You have been farming, you got better stuff. At some point, the turtle's just not doing it anymore. They will just not give you the pump or the extra special things that you need to do the crazy stuff. And that's kind of just meant for PvE. I'm not talking about PvP. There are some other kind of rules for it because they perform really well just by themselves. You don't have to bring the whole squad, but even if you bring the whole squad, they perform good. And also, yeah, like they have counters. They're not the craziest. That's kind of what I mean. And for the hype that we got, he was the most desired champion ever, Leonardo. Will he perform that great for you? He does a great job. But is he the most overpowered thing that you ever saw? Probably not. Maybe for Arena more than for PvE. Just PvE is just a little bit disappointing and it's just not the craziest things you can get out there. But I like it that they made guaranteed 4 champions that can beat the whole game, and everybody who went for it saved a lot of time or just prepared for, maybe bought it, of course, like newer players, they just maybe bought it and they have no tools to clear the whole game. And that is cool in my opinion, better than just not having it. Just imagine the whole event, it was just, hey, Ninja Turtles, you can get them maybe if you pool them on a 15x, sometimes. That would be kind of, So overall, the event wasn't the most refreshing thing. The things that I did was events, like always, the same old thing, dragon, gear enhancement, spider, But we got the champions on a guaranteed way that kind of makes it more desirable, but also, it took so long until we finally got there that we can get our resources used to get the things that we wanted to. But yeah, that will be about it. Make sure to press that like button, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, have a nice day.